What's up, everybody? Rattlehead50222 here, the Stuttering Reviewer. And today, like I said I would do, I'm going through the discography of Megadeth. And today, the record is Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? It was originally released on Capitol Records in 1986. And people, let me tell you, this album is talked about so good because Dave Mustaine, you know, he's always got a lot of meanings in his music and his lyrics. But back then, he was, you know, he says he's matured as a songwriter. I believe that he's disevolved as a songwriter. No offense. I just don't feel that you know, his mind ain't diluted and fucked up anymore, and he's not angry, and a lot of shit doesn't come out, you know, anymore, and it's nice, and it's polished, and it's radio friendly, when back then he didn't give a damn who heard it. Love the artwork. I mean, Vic standing on a for sale sign with an apocalyptic background, pretty much a nuclear explosion that went down. And again, it was during the Cold War era, and you know, it was just I thought it was the most coolest cover ever. That, you know, that was like the thing. Wake Up Dead, and that cover got me pretty much hooked to Megadeth. You know, all their covers, Vic, man, was their mascot, and I mean, he got me hooked. And I mean, the album is just a phenomenal thrash album. I believe, you know, everybody wants to compare Rust in Peace with Master of Puppets. I believe you could put this album against Master of Puppets being a thrash album, their thrashiest album, not their fastest, but it is their thrashiest, and it's true thrash at its core, and it's just a wonderful album. It's a great listen. Let's go through the tracks. Wake Up Dead. Well, everybody knows it's about a guy cheating on his woman, and you know, if she finds out about it, she'll eventually kill him. And that's the song that I've originally heard by Megadeth. The fucking the solo in that song, it's fucking the best shit I've ever heard by any band on the planet. That's the coolest solo I've ever heard in my life. And every time in concert, they all step back, you know, in a line, in a perfect line, and jam it like they've always done. They may not do it nowadays, but they used to, and it was really fucking cool, man. You know, everything turns red on stage, and it's just really cool. Song 2 is The Conjuring, and it's basically some kind of ritual, probably inspired by Mustaine's involvement in the occult and witchcraft back in the day. And the song is actually the last several verses of the song are from the Satan's point of view, and it's about Satan claiming the soul of someone who has made a deal with the devil. Which is fucking, you know, is weird, man, you know, because back then they really lived up to the name Megadeth. You know, their lyrics were, everything about their lyrics were, you know, they didn't write, crush them. They had some meaning to the lyrics. Let's go ahead and moving on. Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? I keep thinking I'm missing a track. I don't have the CD with me. I left it in my brother's car, but anyways, this is by memory, guys. Peace Sells. It's the song is Mustaine's way of dispelling many of the government's way of stereotyping bands of heavy metal and heavy metal fans. More specifically, saying they're lazy and they're anti-government, which is all untrue. And that's basically what Peace Sells is about. You know, it's you know, and it's a really cool song. It's stood the test of time. They play it at every show, and it's just a really cool song, man. A really, really cool tune. If those of you that don't know, you know, when there was MTV and they actually played fucking music on MTV, they had MTV News, and the beginning bass line was Peace Sells, doom 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 doom. You know, that was Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? Moving along, Devil's Island. And this is about a prisoner about to be executed in the French colony prison, Devil's Island. And right before he gets executed, God intervenes and spares his life, but he is, he still has to spend the rest of his life on Devil's Island. And really fucking cool song, really fucking cool riff. And I forgot to say about The Conjuring, man. The Conjuring has one of the coolest. This album is packed full of integral guitar, smashing solos, and just killer fucking riffs. Unbelievable album. Just one of the greatest thrash albums of all time. Good Morning Black Friday. Dave Mustaine wants to talk a lot about Good Morning Black Friday. And what I didn't know is this song was inspired. Now, this is coming out of Dave Mustaine's mouth. I had to write this down because I didn't know this. I didn't until just now. Before Garth Samuelson, there was a drummer, Dijon Carruthers. He was a great drummer, and his actual dad was in the Dirty Dozen, and he had another brother that was in another band, I think called Arara or some shit. But anyways, this cat told the Mustaine and the band that he was Spanish. They found out that he wasn't Spanish; he was black, and they kicked him out of the band. Dave said he didn't care that he was black, but he lied about it. And, and he felt embarrassment and stuff like that, Carruthers did. But if you read the lyrics to Black Friday, it's nothing about that. What it is this dude, Dijon Carruthers, was in the occult, and he was really fucking fanatical about it. And, that's why Killer, Intruder, Homicidal Man, it was just, it's a crazy song about a butcher. It has nothing to do with the occult, but this is what was wrote down, so I'm just re-saying it how it is. I do think it's one of the coolest, fastest, crunchiest songs they've probably made. And no, Mustaine, when you say everybody wants to hear Good Morning Black Friday, no, we don't. We like that. That was cool. We all want to hear another Holy Wars, period. We all want to hear another Rust in Peace album, okay? So, if you watch this, stop saying everybody keeps wanting to hear Black Friday. That would be cool. At least Black Friday. But Rust in Peace would be better. Okay. Enough of that. Okay. Bad Omen. And this song is straight out about worshiping the devil. Period. It's fucking cool. It's great. It's got a weird intro beginning. I'm not even sure what kind of machine they're using. I don't even think they could play it live because of that. They had to have some kind of machine. That's why they couldn't play every song off Peace Sells live, because they didn't have, they didn't have the stuff to play half of these songs because there was so much different stuff back then. Moving along. I Ain't Superstitious was, everybody knows, if you don't, is a cover originally done by Howling Wolf in 1961. The most notable cover was by Jeff Black in 1967. And, it's okay. I don't know if they were just trying to fill a song, but the Megadeth's known to do covers, and I guess at the time, it fit the album, Fun fact, the song was actually in a fucking Honda commercial, a Japanese Honda commercial in 96. Pretty cool. Last song, My Last Words. And it's really cool because if you just, if you don't ever read the lyrics to it, you would just think that it was Dave Mustaine talking about, his last words before he dies or something. But basically that's what it is, because it's about a game of Russian roulette and one lets loose. And, it's, this album is perfect. Thrash-wise, every thrash band tries to mimic this sound. This is the perfect thrash album, the heaviest thrash album. I'm not going to say out of the big four because we all know Slayer's heavier, this, that, and the other. But sound-wise, it blows all of them. That era, that 86, the only thing that comes close out of the big four as far as talent and, is Master of Puppets, which come out around the same time. Master of Puppets is a true masterpiece. We all know. I don't think it's as good, but I do think it's heavier, and I can listen to it. It's the same. I believe they're both about the same. You know, I can put either one in and jam them all day long. They never get old. This album never gets old, man, and it's one of the oldest. It's almost 30 years old. It's amazing. Not too many bands make records that stand out. There's a handful. There's a lot, but that make it almost 30 years, and you can still put it in and jam it like it just came out the day before. It's really cool, man. I really respect this album. It's a thrash icon. It's a thrash fucking demon. One of the coolest records by Megadeth ever. It gets a 9.0, not because it's classic Megadeth, but because it's that good of an album. If I was going to be giving it stars, out of 5 stars, it would get 4.5. It's that good. And for that, thoughts and comments, subscribe. Rattlehead 50222, the Sterling Reviewer, out of here. Let me know what you think, guys. Have a good day.